Riding the Grom, man. Love this bike, dude. So fun. And I wanted to talk about paying cash versus using credit properly. You know, that's really what I wanted to talk about, is using credit properly. And I hear a lot of people say that if you can't pay cash for something, you shouldn't buy it. You know, that means that you can't afford it. And it's like, well, I don't know, you know, like that's, say you're like a really responsible person, you've saved your money, you got $10,000 in the bank, but you want to buy a $10,000 motorcycle. Should you empty your bank account down to zero? Or should you like keep saving until you have 20,000 so that you could spend 10,000 on a motorcycle and then still have 10? Or, you know, like what the heck, you know, like I don't, there's a lot of different opinions out there. And so I just figured I would give you my opinion. And my opinion is use credit, you know, put a little bit of money down and get approved for the loan. And then as soon as you possibly can, pay that thing off. Go for it. Yep, you got it, dude. And as soon as you can, pay that bike off so that you're not paying interest on that money, you know, because that's what that loan is actually costing you, you know, is like, say like you added up all the different, like the number of payments it would take you to pay off that bike for the amount of money that the bike costs. It wouldn't be that. It would be like 2,000 more or 3,000 more. And that's the interest that they're charging you for the loan. So the sooner you can pay that off, the better. Like when I bought my car, I got a 5-year loan, but I paid it off in 3 years. And it saved me probably $2,500 or $3,000 in interest, just the difference between those 2 extra years. It was a big deal. It definitely saved me a lot of money by doing it that way. And by doing that, it's like, sure, it's going to cost you a little bit of money, you know, because you're paying interest, but you're building your credit. And that's what you need to someday get to like an 800 and whatever, you know, like super awesome credit score, so that you could buy a house or whatever you want, and you know, and have really low interest rates and be able to get approved for a loan without putting too much money down, you know, like all the different perks to having a high credit score. You know, that's what you want. And the only way to do that is to take out a loan. Like, here's how you do it. You apply for a loan and you get approved, okay? And then you pay the loan off without missing any payments or without being late or anything like that, and then that's it. And then your credit goes up. And then the next time you apply for a loan, it's a little bit easier to get that loan, and maybe the interest rates are a little bit lower because, you know, like you got a better credit score. And then when you pay that one off, then your credit score goes up even higher, and it's that much easier to get approved for the next loan. That's how you do it, you know. And I hear a lot of people say, you know, like, oh, you just want to pay cash for stuff. It's like, yeah, well, if you go through your whole life just paying cash for everything, then I mean, sure, everything that you have is paid off and you don't have any payments, but about the time that you need credit for something, you won't be able to get it. You know, like a good example is this, okay? My buddy's grandpa is like super rich, dude. He's got like millions of dollars in the bank, I'm sure, because he like always saves his money, and he doesn't have credit at all. He never uses a credit card for anything. He just pays cash for everything. And we went to Home Depot one time, and he wanted to get this, I forget what it was, like a shop vac or something, whatever it was that he was buying, okay? And the lady's like, you know what, if you get like the Home Depot credit card or whatever, you know, that you can and purchase it on the credit card, and then, you know, when you get the first payment, you can just pay it off. It won't cost you anything. But if you do it that way, it'll save you like whatever, like 20 bucks or 30 bucks, whatever it was. And he's like, oh, heck yeah, you know, like he's all about saving money. So he's like, oh, heck yeah, you know, let me apply for that. And so he like fills out his name, address, everything. They run the credit thing, and they wouldn't approve him. And he was so mad, dude. He's probably got enough money to buy the whole freaking Home Depot, and they wouldn't approve him for like $1,000 credit card, you know. And dude, he was so upset. And I remember like I was just like laughing, dude, just because it's like the difference between having money and having a high credit score is two totally different things, dude. And you could really not have all that much money, but you could have like a bomb credit score, and you could be able to walk into like a dealership and put 0 down and get like a really low interest loan on something, you know, and just make the payments, and then you'll pay it off, and you know, it's not that big of a deal. So you really don't need money, you know. So it goes both ways. I don't know, everybody sees it how they see it, you know. And like I always say, leave me a comment, let me know how you see it. I would be interested in hearing from you about that, you know. Like I always like talking to you guys about the different things that, you know, like whatever, like your opinions on things. And oftentimes I end up learning a lot from you guys. Just, you know, like you'll present something in a totally different way, and I'll be like, oh crap, you know, like I didn't think about it that way, you know. And I'm sure one of you is going to leave me a comment on this video and be like, dude, you should always pay cash because this or whatever, or I always use credit because this, you know. And it'll be like something that I didn't include in this video, but whatever, you know, that's each to their own. And you got to kind of figure out what works for you, what works for your life. Some people, it's like it's like ever since they got their first credit card, they've just been like in trouble, you know, because they just max their credit card out and they don't think about how much it would cost to pay that thing off. You know, they just make the minimum payment on the thing every single month. They give them like $25 and they owe like thousands, and it's to the point that they're never going to pay it off. But anyway, I just figured I would talk about that because it's something that everybody thinks about. You know, everybody thinks about money. You know, how can I have more? How can I have more for less? You know, like how can I have more on what I make? So I just figured I'd throw out my 2 cents there and let you know what I think about the difference between cash and credit. And that's where I'm at. You know, it's like when I bought this Grom, I didn't pay cash for it. I applied for a loan. You know, maybe I put like $500 down or whatever, you know, but I applied for a loan and I made 2 or 3 payments, and then like on the 3rd or 4th payment, I mailed them. Go for it. I mailed them the complete amount and I paid it off, and that was it, you know. But by doing that, I added to my credit history, to my credit score, and I think that's very beneficial nowadays. You know, maybe back in the old days, everybody just paid cash for stuff, but nowadays it's like stuff's too expensive, and I'm not going to empty out my bank account to buy my next motorcycle. I'm not going to do it. You know, I'm going to take out a loan, and I'm going to take out a few $1,000s and put a down payment, and I'm going to make a few payments, and I'm going to try my best to pay that loan off as soon as possible. But that's it, you know. But for sure, I'm not going to make any payments late, and I'm not going to miss any payments or anything that's going to hurt my credit score. You know, like I'm a responsible person when it comes to that. But at the same time, I'm not responsible enough to have like 100 grand in the bank and just be able to pay cash for everything that I buy. Especially here in California, it's too expensive. So I'll talk to you guys later, and have a great day out there. Enjoy this great weather. I hope it looks like this where you are, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.